Hello and welcome to the 2020 Lake Preston FFA Virtual Banquet. I do have a program, so FFA members or your families, if you would like one, please just shoot me an email, let me know. I'd be happy to get one to you. I've got a little welcome here. We are going to do opening ceremonies. We recorded that with the current officer team. We're going to recognize students for their involvement in FFA activities throughout the year, and then our degree recognition, so Green Hand Chapter and state degree recipients. We're going to recognize our current retiring officer team and our four-year seniors before we announce the new FFA officer team for 2020-2021. So again, my name is Amanda Hoover. I'm the agriculture teacher and FFA advisor here at Lake Preston Schools. To be honest with you, I've really been putting this off for a while. I really did not want to record this. Normally, if you've been able to come to one of our banquets in the past, I try to keep it very student-centered, very student-run. It's not just me up there talking about everything. I let the kids do a lot of the talking and kind of explaining what we've accomplished throughout the year. We have a very senior FFA officer team, and so I know that they just would have put on a really sensational banquet for everyone. So it's really a bummer that they don't have that opportunity to put on their senior FFA banquet. I know they would have done a great job. So I'm going to try to be efficient with your time during this video, but I also want to take a minute to really recognize and honor and celebrate those FFA accomplishments for this year. And for those seniors who are graduating, we're really going to miss their leadership and their involvement and their knowledge of our organization and our chapter and our community, but we're really excited to see what they do with their futures. So again, thank you for joining us for our 2020 Lake Preston FFA Banquet.
Okay. The meeting room will now come to order. We are now holding a meeting of the Lake Preston FFA chapter. Madam Vice President, are all officers at their stations?
I shall call the roll of officers, determine if they are at their stations, and report back to you, Mr. President. The Sentinel.
Stationed by the door.
Your duties there?
Through this door passes many friends of the FFA. It is my duty to see that the door is open to our friends at all times and that they are welcome. I care for the meeting room and paraphernalia. I strive to keep the room comfortable and assist the president in maintaining order.
The reporter.
The reporter is stationed by the flag.
Why by the flag?
As the flag covers the United States of America, so I strive to inform the people in order that every man, woman, and child may know that the FFA is a national organization that reaches from the state of Alaska to the Virgin Islands and from the state of Maine to Hawaii.
The treasurer.
Stationed at the emblem of Washington.
Your duties there.
I keep a record of receipts and disbursements just as Washington kept his farm accounts carefully and accurately. I encourage thrift among the members and strive to build up our financial standing through savings and investments. George Washington was better able to serve his country because he was financially independent.
The secretary.
Stationed by the ear corn.
Your duties there?
I keep an accurate record of all meetings and correspond with other secretaries wherever corn is grown and FA members meet.
The advisor.
Here by the owl.
Why stationed by the owl?
The owl is a time-honored emblem of knowledge and wisdom. Being older than the rest of you, I'm asked to advise you from time to time as the need arises. I hope that my advice will always be based on true knowledge and ripened with wisdom. Madam Vice President, why do you keep a plow at your station?
The plow is a symbol of labor and tillage of the soil. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much. My duties require me to assist at all times in directing the work of our organization. I preside over meetings in the absence of our president, whose place is beneath the rising sun.
Why is the president so stationed?
The rising sun is the token of a new era in agriculture. If we follow the leadership of our president, we shall be led out of the darkness of selfishness and into the glorious sunlight of brotherhood and cooperation. Mr. President, all officers are at their station.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. Thank you, FFA members. Why are we here? to practice
brotherhood,
brotherhood,
honor
agricultural opportunities and responsibilities, and develop those qualities of leadership
which an
which an FFA member should possess. May we accomplish our purposes, I now declare this meeting of the Lake Preston FFA chapter duly open for the transaction of business or attention to any matters which may properly be presented.
Thanks again for joining us for our virtual FFA banquet. You just heard from the officers doing the opening ceremonies. We're going to run into our student recognition portion next. We started the year in August, attending the state fair over in Huron. We had several students who came to help work the FFA Ag Adventure Center. So they helped take care of the animals and keep things clean and speak with people who are coming in to visit the Ag Adventure Center. We had two members, Greta Larson and Ava Malone, who exhibited at the state fair through the FFA, Greta in the dairy department and Ava in the beef department. We had several members who came uptown and helped work the Harvest Festival, worked some carnival games for kids during that community event, so that was awesome. And then we had 6 members who attended National FFA Convention. So Nicole Conrad, Emma Rhodes, Carter Malone, Madison Perkins, Myra Rhodes, and Shelby Olson all traveled with me to Indianapolis for convention. And while we were there, we got to see their fellow member Gunnar Larson singing with the National FFA Chorus. So that was a pretty big accomplishment and privilege for him. We had several FFA members you can see there who stepped up to help us fundraise through our fruit sales. So they kind of get to work on their public speaking and persuasion skills through that, and organization, getting everything picked up and delivered and handling all of that customer interaction as well. And we had a bunch of kids who came in to help work the FFA Week breakfast. So we celebrate FFA Week in February every year. We have been doing a community breakfast for many, many years. And these kids came in bright and early to help cook and serve, and everything went really smoothly. They were an awesome crew to work with. So a big thanks to those kids for stepping up. Also in the fall, we had our leadership development events. So we had 3 freshmen who competed in creed speaking, Greta Larson, Ava Malone, and Janelle Rhodes. They all competed at Jackrabbit Invitational, which is our practice contest we attend at SDSU. They each recited the creed, 5 paragraphs or 6 sentences, kind of long ones. They always give me a hard time about that. And then they have to answer a few questions about it. Greta and Ava went on to compete at districts, which was really great. And Greta placed 2nd at districts, which qualified her to go compete at state, where she was able to place 6th place. So she competed against other freshmen from all across the state. In creed speaking, we attend state LDEs in Pierre in December. So that was a really great effort and great opportunity for her. Congratulations to Greta. We had 2 students compete in extemporaneous speaking. This is where they come in, they pull a few topics kind of out of a hat. They pick one, and then they have 30 minutes to sit and research and write a speech about that particular topic before they go present it to some judges. So nice work to Gunnar Larson and Austin Strandy for competing in extemporaneous speaking. We had 2 seniors, Nicholas Carlson and Jacob Carlson, compete in job interview, where they turn in a resume and a cover letter, and then they fill out an application at the contest and then sit down and do a mock interview with a panel of judges and get evaluated on their poise and how well they answer the questions and how persuasive they are that, yep, they are the right candidate for this job. So that's a really good contest for our seniors. And we had a parliamentary procedure team this year, so that was really exciting. The team was chaired by Kaylee Poppin. We had fellow seniors Moses Bolin, Alex Wink, and Nicole Conrad on the team, as well as Danielle Odegaard and Rachel Jensen, who competed at Jackrabbit Invite and districts. They were able to place 2nd at districts, which was pretty exciting. They were pretty pumped about that, which qualified them to go compete at state as well. So we got to take a nice crew to state LDEs this year. Gunnar Larson helped them and filled out the team at the state contest. So they didn't place at state, but they put in a lot of time, a lot of effort practicing and really honing in on their parliamentary skills and abilities, and they should be really proud of themselves. They did an excellent job. So those were our LDE participants this fall. Career development events happen in the spring. These are our more production-focused contests. These, of course, were unable to happen this spring, but these were our students who had signed up to compete in CDEs. So we had a meats team, milk quality and products, poultry evaluation, ag mechanics, natural resources, floriculture, and veterinary science teams. We did have 3 members, Nicole and Greta, competed in veterinary science, and Millie in floriculture in the state virtual CDEs. Those results will be available during the convention. that'll be held virtually May 12th to the 14th. So we don't actually know how they did yet, but they did tackle that kind of online version of those contests. So a big thank you to everyone for signing up for those. We had started practicing, but we were really just at the front end of our CDE season, so they didn't get a lot of chances to go give those a try. But next year we'll get back at it. Our Green Hand degrees, so these are the awards for our freshman level, our introductory level members. This really shows that they have developed a foundational knowledge of the FFA organization and all that that entails. We cover a lot of these requirements during our Intro to Agriculture class. So a big congratulations to our Green Hand degree recipients this year: Riley Casper, Jonah Dennison, Angel Henry, Jake Larson, Greta Larson, Ava Malone, and Janelle Rhodes. With that, we do have 2 members who are earning their STAR Green Hand degrees, so kind of really shining through. A lot of times our freshman members really gain more of an appreciation and more of an interest in the FFA during our spring events, because production contests are sometimes a little more fun. They get to go to state convention. That's a lot more accessible than the national convention. But despite that, like I said, we have 2 freshmen who really shine through in their involvement during the first part of the year. So our first STAR Green Hand degree goes to a freshman with a really strong agricultural background and interest. She exhibited at the state fair through FFA, competed in creed speaking, even though she really didn't want to. She let me shove her in the room anyway. She maintains a really positive outlook during class and participates in class, balances a lot of responsibilities. So our first STAR Green Hand degree this year goes to Ava Malone. Congratulations. Our second is another freshman who also has a very strong agricultural background. I think she volunteered to help with just about every fundraiser that we did this year, so that was really great. We really appreciate that involvement. She was really active in a lot of the other types of activities we had going on, taking on some leadership with some of our events. Also maintains a really positive attitude, really interested in the FFA organization and the opportunities that are out there for her. She also happens to be your 2019 6th place creed speaker. So congratulations to our second STAR Green Hand, Greta Larson. Nice job, ladies. Congratulations on those STAR degrees. So all Green Hand degree recipients, we have certificates and Green Hand degree pins. So it's a bronze FFA emblem pin that can be worn on the jacket. And Ava and Greta, there is a special STAR Green Hand distinction pin for the 2 of you as well. Our chapter degrees. So our sophomore level, kind of mid-level FFA members typically earn their chapter degrees. This just shows a continuing involvement, continuing understanding of the organization, just kind of building up. We always kind of compare the degrees to a ladder when I teach about them in class. So this is just kind of that next step on the ladder. These are students who are involved at the local level. Maybe they're starting to develop their SAE projects or starting to kind of reach out and take on more responsibilities. So we want to recognize our chapter degree recipients for this year: Braxton Anderson, Brody Horde, Rachel Jensen, Tyler Durans, Annika Nelson, Danielle Odegaard, Shelby Olson, Kate Reese, Jocelyn Stephenson, Chris Finnerheim, and Miliana Weichel. And then with that, this is a really outstanding group, you guys. This group of sophomores, they are super special. A lot of energy, a lot of enthusiasm in this group, a lot of involvement. But we are going to select 2 STAR chapters to recognize. The first goes to a young man who received a free jacket this year through the FFA Foundation program. He's really taken on an interest in kind of the inner workings of our chapter, really speaking out during FFA meetings, helping to second motions and make some of those decisions for our organization, really taken on an interest in kind of making our chapter work. So our first STAR chapter degree, I almost said Green Hand, our first STAR chapter degree goes to Brody Horde. Congratulations to Brody. And our second STAR chapter degree goes to a young lady who's been super involved in the chapter this year as an officer, so really helping make decisions and guide the direction of our organization. Has a strong agricultural background, been really involved in our LDEs and our CDEs, and just really brings a lot of positivity and a lot of kind of critical thinking to our chapter. So we really appreciate those features of her, and congratulations goes to Danielle Odegaard for being our second STAR chapter degree recipient this year. So congratulations to the 2 of you, and again to everyone, we have those STAR chapter. It's a silver pin for your chapter degree that can be worn on the jacket, and we have certificates recognizing that as well. And Brody and Danielle, we have specific STAR chapter member pins that can be worn as well. So we'll make sure you guys get all of those. Congratulations to our sophomores. Then we had 4 seniors this year who earned their state FFA degree. So this is a big accomplishment. 200 and some FFA members from across the entire state of South Dakota. So not a lot of members were able to earn this degree this year. This involves working and documenting that time within a supervised agricultural experience project, earning at least $1,000 or working over 300 hours. And again, having documentation of all of that, which is kind of the hard part sometimes. At least 25 hours of community service, and then they have to document their involvement within their chapter, showing involvement above the chapter level as well. So how are they involved with our organization at kind of a regional or state or national level? So our 4 state FFA degree recipients this year, congratulations to Jacob Carlson, Nicholas Carlson, Kaylee Poppin, and Austin Strandy. And they are going to be recognized through the state association during the virtual FFA convention. Again, that's May 12th to the 14th. Online. With that, we have a group of seniors. These are all seniors who have been taking agriculture classes every year, all 4 years of their time here at Lake Preston High School. There are a handful of other seniors who have kind of been in and out of ag classes, and I appreciate and care about them too, but I really wanted to highlight our 4-year members, kids who, like I said, have been dedicated to the program, taking classes every year, helping out with the FFA chapter every year. And I kind of did some digging to try to find some maybe throwback pictures of these guys in some of their earlier years of involvement here with our chapter. So we have Nicole Conrad, Nicholas Carlson, Moses Bolin, Jarrett Brown, Kaylee Poppin, Austin Strandy, Logan Williams, Colby Olson, Jacob Carlson, and Alex Wink as our 4-year senior FFA members. So these guys are going to be very, very missed. They've been very involved, brought a lot of energy and enthusiasm to our chapter, given me a few gray hairs over the years, but they have just been a lot of fun to have in the program and to see how far they've come, how much they've grown and developed over those 4 years. And we know that they are going to do great things with their futures. We're really excited to see where they go and what they do next. But a big congratulations. You guys will be very, very missed to our 4-year seniors. With that, this kind of brings our 2019-2020 FFA year to a close. I want to again thank our officer team this year. They have been outstanding. Like I said, we've got 4 seniors here who have been really involved, had a lot of experiences between the 4 of them, and they were able to kind of bring those different perspectives to our chapter, to our leadership team, to help make decisions and kind of guide the direction of our organization. You know, I really appreciated when we talked about how to handle banquet this year. They were thinking about me. They're like, you should do elections now so that you can work with those kids over the summer. And I think they've really matured a lot and come a long way in their 4 years. And those seniors, like I said, will be very missed. And then we had a couple underclassmen on the team this year too, not to take anything away from them. Great kids with a lot of interest and involvement, and have done a lot of personal growth this year as well. So a big congratulations and a personal thank you from Ms. Hoover to our 1920 officer team. President Austin Strandy, Vice President Kaylee Poppin, Secretary Danielle Odegaard, Treasurer Nicholas Carlson, Reporter Jacob Carlson, and Sentinel Gunnar Larson. Again, you guys did a tremendous job this year. You seniors will be very missed. The other 2, I look forward to seeing you again in the fall. I do have your retiring officer plaques here at the school. We'll make sure you guys get all of those. And just a big thank you and a job well done to the 6 of you on your role as a leader in our chapter this year. With that, next up will be the slide with our 2020-2021 officer team. There will be 7 members. We're going to add the position of a student advisor next year. So in that role, a student advisor will be senior Gunnar Larson. Our junior Danielle Odegaard will be the Lake Preston FFA chapter president. Filling out the rest of the team will be junior Brody Horde as our vice president, junior Jocelyn Stephenson as our chapter secretary, incoming sophomore Ava Malone as our chapter treasurer, junior Rachel Jensen as our chapter reporter, and incoming sophomore Greta Larson as our chapter sentinel. So big congratulations to these 7. I look forward to meeting with you as a team and working with you guys over the next year, like I said, to help kind of guide the direction of our chapter and make decisions and make things better and continue different traditions that we really want to see our chapter continue with. Great job to you guys. Next up is going to be a slideshow. I will talk through this and kind of click through it. I've only got a couple minutes left here on my recorder, but you are welcome to pause and take a look and maybe a chuckle at all these as you'd like to. So we've got some state fair pictures year, some Harvest Festival pictures. We were able to get a grant to purchase some career development event study supplies. So that's what we've got a picture of those girls up there. These are from our leadership development events this fall. The bottom is from Jackrabbit Invite. The top picture is from Districts and Greta with her second place Crete speaking plaque. That was pretty exciting. National Convention pictures, like I said, they went to Indianapolis with me. It was a long car ride, but we made it. So we've got some skyline pictures there, some fun times touring a farm and just kind of doing some recreational activities. We got to see Lake Preston FFA alumni as well, so that was pretty. While we were there, we got to see fellow member Gunnar Larson singing with the National FFA Chorus. He had to audition for that part and was selected with, I think he said about 80 other FFA members from all across the country. They sang at all the convention sessions, they sang the national anthem as well as some other more fun pieces, and sang in a few concerts around Indianapolis during the week as well. So great work to Gunnar. That is a great privilege, and I know he had a wonderful time there. While we were at convention, we also toured Subaru manufacturing and a honey farm, and we got to convention nice and early one day to get some kind of front row seats, which is what you see down there on the bottom, in addition to our rock climbing and zip lining extravaganza. We have some pictures there in front of Lucas Oil Stadium, which is where all the convention sessions were held this year. I got to see an alpaca, which was pretty much the highlight of my week, and we toured a fish farm as well. Then in the winter, we had our competitors who went to state leadership development events. Like I said, that's in Pierre every year in December. So we got to see the Christmas trees at the Capitol and got them all spiffed up in their official dress there. So we had Moses and Gunnar and Rachel and Nicole and Kaylee and Alex on the parliamentary procedure team, and Greta competed in the Creed contest. Great work to those guys. Like I said, we had our FFA breakfast during FFA week in February this year. This is always, kids always love this. They're asking me about this event in like September. I told them they're not allowed to ask me about it until January because it's so far away and we have so many things to get to before then, but they just love FFA breakfast. And I really appreciated everybody stepping up to the plate this year. Things went really, really smoothly. We had plenty of help. They were well behaved. They got things done. Everything was great. It went really well. So I can't say enough about the kids who came and worked our FFA breakfast this year. What a great job they did. We did some other activities during FFA week, during our flex time. And then we've got some pictures here. The state FFA officers came and did a class visit, a chapter visit with some of our classes in the fall. So you've got some pictures of activities they did there with the freshmen and the sophomores and the juniors. And I think that was in maybe November this year. So 2 of our state FFA officers. We also had Jim Clandenis came in as a class guest speaker. We had another guest speaker come in and talk to the seniors about hiring and their job application documents and things like that. We had some shop projects going on in the first part of the year. We did some flower dissections. We had some edible welding rods. We did some wiring. We had all sorts of fun stuff going on this year. So again, you can go back and slow down those pictures if you want to take a look. But really, I just want to thank the school board, administration, and all of our staff members here at the school for their ongoing support of our agriculture program and our FFA chapter. I know I wouldn't be able to do this without all of their support for our kids, their flexibility, for the teachers and kids that are gone and when they're in and out and all that kind of stuff. And, the cooks and the janitorial staff, all of your support in knowing when kids are gone and helping me get set up for events. We have a really, really great school district here. So I hope you guys know that. I appreciate your support in helping run our chapter and run our program. Big thanks to the parents and the families of all our FFA members, letting them be gone so much, trusting me to haul them around the state to different events and activities throughout the year. I really appreciate that. Getting them here, encouraging them to be involved and participate, that goes a long way. So we just appreciate everyone's support. We know that our chapter would not be successful without all of you and your belief in the future of agriculture. So thank you.